Hey, beautiful creatures, welcome back for another reading. I'm Stevie. If you are new here, I read tarot cards and whatever else. Yeah, if you're not, you already knew that. Sorry, I just already started to download a message, a general collective message, whoever's meant to find it. And I just wanted to kind of get that out. So, I kind of like got the message like, what are you waiting for? Is there something you're waiting for? And then I just cut the deck twice and I got Get Curious and the Weaver. And I think that speaks a lot to whatever we're going to talk about today. But what are you waiting for? You should be getting curious, as you know, the universe wants us to take this, like, it's like with each step that we take, the universe can take towards us with whatever gifts, blessings, opportunities it's trying to connect for us for a higher good, right? So please do get curious and explore that a little. So let's see what the message is going to say. Okay, that's a beautiful part. I'm going to read a little bit differently today. Like, go back to how I used to read and, like, ask your higher self kind of advice style. We're going to get one card from a couple of different decks here. And then go through them. So let's talk about them. We have Surrender as your first card. And so what I'm getting from that deck is... that card, sorry, is this is usually a surrender to the universe, right? But with Get Curious, the Weaver, what are you waiting for? I think it's like maybe surrender expectations of what it might look like, because I think it's going to, whatever this is for you, if it's like asking for a promotion at work, starting a new, like, I don't know what it is, project, online thing, YouTube channel, whatever it is for you, get curious, just start the steps, see what happens. Like, even for me, like, my higher self gave me the advice, they're just like, keep uploading videos, because there's going to be a period of time where nobody's watching until everyone's watching, and that in between time is just me working on whatever my message is, getting a clear, like, being a clear, concise channel, and that's all part of the journey, right? So maybe that's the steps, the Get Curious. But let's see what next. We have Pluto, number 22. Pluto's a card of, like, control, right? Transformation, many things, really. But it's an ice planet. It's like the furthest away, right? So what does that say for our situation here? Is that something you've been doing to yourself, kind of icing out your own ideas and creativity because you're scared? I don't know. That doesn't really feel right, honestly. Because, like, when I think of Pluto, I think of, like, strength and determination. Because, like, Pluto, the name itself just kind of represents a person to me. And when I think of that person, I think of someone who's, like, strong, determined, successful, brilliant, ahead of the curve, really good things. Very, I don't know, a go-getter mindset. But with the Surrender card and Pluto together, you're getting kind of like a, slow down kind of vibe. Interesting. Let's see what the next card is. Creation, Water. Oh, this is beautiful. So it's card 29, reduces to 11. Just love the daisies and the doves. She's half submerged. What does that mean for you, general viewer? My collective watching. Half submerged in your creation. You're halfway there. That's what the surrender is, the cool down period, What are you waiting for? Maybe it's not getting curious with like going out and asking and bringing it to the world, but get curious in like what your creation is. Can we have another card, please, for the viewer? Thank you. So the one that flew out is indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. This beautiful purple. So like, again, meditation, downloads, they might be something you're receiving or something that's important to you. And we also have another card that is popping out. It's regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So maybe there's been like, oh, interesting. So maybe there's been an idea in the past that hasn't worked out and you have regrets on it, but like thinking about that and moving through those feelings and thoughts have actually like almost created solutions that I'm not sure you're quite aware of unless you revisit that creation. Like she's only half submerged, right? Like you only had half the idea then. And it just kind of made me think of like Pluto as a planet, right? Because like Pluto was a planet for so long and then they changed it to a dwarf star, and then, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, it could still be a star, but it could be like brought back to, I don't know, to the planets. Maybe not. Maybe I should Google that, but I'm not going to. You can, if you're watching this, tell me in the comments. Has Pluto been made a planet again? Just back and forth. That was just something I thought of. So we have another card here. Let me just move these along. I'm going to keep these over here, actually. And it is pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and head intention for the highest good of all. I'm like, what is going on with my words today? She has like little dragonfly wings. That's beautiful. And she's glowing on like a little dandelion, like those wishes. So I do think you should, again, whoever's here and this is making sense for it, this is resonating with you, think about projects from the past and revisit those. I think that you'll find something valuable there that was like only half cooked, and that's why you failed or you hesitated, and maybe you have regrets. Like I feel like if I'm talking about this and you're thinking of a situation, it's probably that situation. Just trust your gut, your instinct, that first thought, right? We're gonna get some tarot cards to just kind of clarify what is the message, the advice. With the surrender card, it almost looks like there's this like laurel wreath of victory. It's like if this were colored, that might be gold, but it does look really nice in the translation. But like I don't think the surrender is in like a negative aspect anyway. Shh, phone, calm down. So maybe that's spirit being like, yeah, no, please listen to that. It's not a negative aspect in any way. I don't think it ever is. I don't think it's actually like surrendering to the situation. Let me find my words here, because like surrendering to the situation is good and bad in some ways, right? Stand up for what you believe, what feels right, what you know in your heart. But at the same time, if something's not working and you're hitting your head against the wall, I think that's for a reason as well, right? So those are the moments you surrender. And it's not like give up. It's allow the universe to redirect you, realign you, to revisit any ideas so you can move forward in a more balanced, realigned way. I think that's the message here, and I hope that's resonating for whoever's meant to hear it. So let's see what the advice is. So can we get the advice for the viewer, please? Thank you. Okay, so we have a bunch of cards that flipped over face up, and we'll talk about those first. We have two at the side that are face down. So, okay. Yeah, that's, I think, the order they're meant to go in. So we have the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. I think that you were trying to do something You had a great idea, and it was like a wise idea, this beautiful white owl. Something very wise, something like almost, again, the download, right? That I use my intuitions in all aspects of life, the crown chakra we were talking about. I think you had a beautiful idea that you wanted to move forward with, but maybe because of this indecision and fear, or the fact that you didn't have all the pieces, I think you tried to collaborate in a way that wasn't successful. But I feel like now, or maybe you decided not to collaborate, and the answer is now to collaborate for this Wheel of Fortune to spin in your favor. But I do see an owl in the Wheel of Fortune as well, not a white owl, kind of like a brown. But an owl the same, right? With wisdom, looking in the same direction. It's moving forward, even though that whatever happened in the past, it just wasn't the right time. Again, you might not have had all the pieces to the puzzle, but I feel like you tried to collaborate with the wrong people, or maybe you tried to take on too much on your own, because there's actually only like one human in this picture. It's like two little buddies over here, but there's only actually one human in the Three of Pentacles, and usually if it's three, it's like a collaboration of sorts, right? So I do feel like you've been working on yourself a lot, but working by yourself a lot as well, which is beautiful. But I think that, and let's take a look at these other two cards, but there's some sort of change happening, and I really feel that in the Wheel of Fortune. There's a lot of characters in this picture, right? So like there's the pan guy here, a sleeping cat, the wolf, a snake, an owl, the boy. So am I missing anybody? The fairy. I feel like everybody kind of has a role to play. If that makes sense. Let's take a look at these cards. We have the Ace of Cups and the Magician. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. And I always love the Ace of Cups here, and like just like the coin being dropped into it as well. So like if this is, again, a project that could potentially be of monetary value, I do think that that is something that will be coming to you soon. But you're manifesting everything. You're the alchemist. You're turning whatever that unsuccessful energy was into something more abundant and something you can thrive with. But again, there's a few characters, right? The cat, the fox, of course, the woman, the spider, a lizard. Even small roles are important, right? I see all the zodiacs at the bottom too. I feel like, again, maybe you took on too much in the past. It's collaborating, or it's collaborating with the right people. But there's definitely a revisit to some idea that you should have, because I think it'll be really abundant for you. And I'm going to actually take this deck out now. The Curious Creatures. And because it was just looking at me, so I'm sure it'll have a message here for you. So, what is the message for the viewer, please? There we go. We have the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune again on top of the Wheel of Fortune, and the Pure Intention card. So a lot of luck coming your way with those beautiful intentions, the highest good of all. So I feel like 1414 on the timer. I feel like it's, again, because I think it blesses many people, not just yourself. It's more selfless. The more it'll be successful. I don't know how to explain that. It's really beautiful though. The Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm going to take it in reverse, even though I don't usually take reversals. And the Three of Pentacles again. Yeah, I feel like you've been burned before. Nine of Wands, like, she's exhausted, she's tired. The Three of Cups, they're kind of looking like gossipy in this card. It wasn't working out. But I don't think you should let your fears hold you back from trying to work with the right players, right? And I really like this card. I can't remember the type of rose it is, but I was watching another tarot video. I want to say white feathered tarot because she's like, green is just so beautiful and like expressive and informative in her readings. But it could have been another one, and I'm sorry if it is. But I like underneath the rose, it was like a secret society. And so like when you were underneath the rose, you could only speak the truth. And anything said underneath the rose was also like confidential as well. So it's like, I do feel like it's like opening yourself up again to the right people. And I feel like trusting your intuition is going to, like that gut feeling, we talked about that in the beginning, that's going to lead you there, lead you to them and let you know that those are them. What else do we have to say here today, Spirit? We have these universe has your back cards. So a little bit of encouragement for whatever it is you're looking at. Because like, again, I do feel like I'm not sure even some of you are like ready for this message. I feel like the people who are here, the people who are here still, I feel like this might have caught you off guard. You might not be expecting to think of that situation again. You might have tried to bury it. But no, it was a good idea. It was just not the right time or not the right people, or you took too much on your own. You were missing some pieces. But please, the universe has a lot of good fortune coming towards you. And let's take a look. So we have 3 cards here. The universe has your back. So let's look at them. And it says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. And I do love the moon phases here too, because it's like, it's not something that's overnight. Like it is a cycle you need to break out of, this cycle of fear. And it takes time to grow and heal from those as well. So like, don't think that like, if it's been a long time and you're still hurting, like that's okay. If it's been a little bit of time and you don't feel it anymore, everyone deals with trauma differently. Everyone's traumas are different, but I kind of lost my train of thought here. So whatever that means, but hope that resonated with someone. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, fear into love. So maybe there was a little bit of trauma and fear, regret, right? Have the card come up. Let's see what the next card is. Energy flows where my intention grows. This will be laid on intention just because of placement. So I do feel like we have double Wheel of Fortune and double intention messages on top of each other. So that, again, is no coincidence. That's, again, just by like naturally where the cards would have been placed. And I don't think there's anything more that needs to say with that. Energy flows where my intention goes. So put the attention out there, start making the small steps to move towards our destiny so our destiny can move towards us, right? And our last card is my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I am ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. I think we're going to close on that message because I think that's, again, if there were any hardships in the past, I think that's exactly where the energy you need to be working towards to make it just fall into place for you a lot easier. Well, beautiful creature. Give it another chance. This idea of yours. You're ready to fully submerge in your creation. I love your guts and growth bits. Cheers to whatever you're working on.